Okay, sir, it's gonna be fine, you're gonna be great, there's no cameras, there's no pressure. And remember, you're doing them a favor.
I don't know, Jim. I've never done this without my crew by my side.
Yeah, I know, sir, but we got people listening to everything you're saying, you'll be fine. Just give them a signal.
Okay. I can do this.
You will do this, sir.
I wish there was some kind of arrangement that if you're driving in a car in a two-way street, there was some way that you could give every fucking car that drove by a super big high five. I know it sounds completely ridiculous and you'd probably break your arm off as well as the other high fiver. God damn, would it be sweet.
We're looking at. Oh, it's so good.
When I first got to know Owen, I was just kind of like, holy cow, I didn't know what to think of the kid.
I would describe him as a big human being, a huge personality, somebody who is hilarious.
My childhood was real weird, I had a really good family, but it was like a really bad town. I just couldn't stop laughing and shit. I guess I haven't stopped.
They just had this understanding. Because if you meet Aaron, a lot of people are kind of like, that kid's weird. If you meet Owen, a lot of people are like, wow, that kid's weird. But if you put them together, it makes sense.
It was like an instant thing. It was like we're instantly best friends from the day we met. We met the first day of orientation, and then from then on, we're just always together for everything we did.
My name is Owen. I'll be flowing and showing and going, and I got this over here. His name is Willie. He's silly. Yeah, we tried to free Willie, but you a bitch. I got a chain on my neck. You got a dick in your ass.
Why don't you play with my dildo? Yeah, gun to your head, you stupid motherfucker. You just smell like shit and I your mama's pits. Stupid ass.
We had jokes that no one else would ever possibly get.
Reaching a mental level on things that most people just can't even imagine.
So one night we actually peed our pants, like we did it on purpose. We wanted to say that we laughed so hard we peed our pants.
Dude, you know why I'm dying right now? Is because I can tell that you're gonna be good at this, dude. The only other people who are good at this is me and Owen that I've ever seen. Because I haven't done this with anything. That's why I'm pissing my pants right now. Right?
Pretty much could act any way they wanted with each other.
And when the two of them got together, it was a whole different vibe between the two of them because they just fed off each other.
I mean, in the same way that they could reach a level of hilarity together, I mean, they could also hit deepness on the same level, you know.
He was there for me, like, when we were becoming adults, you know, like in a very awkward time in our life. We loved each other.
I need your stinky, smelly.
Me and him or especially him, because he looked so girly, was constantly called gay. And then, of course, I was always called gay because we always hung out. And so we always just made a satire out of it. And that's it. It's that simple. Just satirizing what bullies make fun of you for. And then he was the best at it.
Live in LA now. Give it up for LA. LA's a great city. You guys like LA? A lot of people hate LA, man. A lot of people diss on LA because they say everyone's fake.
Ciao ragazzi! I'm in fucking way to my first day of snowboarding. Don't even know where the fuck I'm gonna go. Yeah, so it's the first day and I'm pumped.
I mean, the dude was jumping off a cliff. He'd push himself to the edge on a mountain to deal with these feelings he has inside. Like, that's his art. Like, it's also beautiful to watch. It also makes you feel really good.
He had one leg in, dude.
Well, our final results in the slopestyle competition looks like this. It's Shoemaker and Singler tying at the top. Then it's Finch, Walters, and Heifetz.
I don't know, it was really fun. Like, I didn't expect winning at all. Like, when I woke up this morning, like, I just came out here and
Like after my first run, the guy's like, high score of the day, and I was like, whoa.
December 11th, 2003. I'm in Araba, and it's unbelievable. I'm riding powder up above the clouds there in the sun. It's a great day to be alive. Flying solo today. Made myself do some underflips, which I did 3 of those. One of them, I didn't do any inversion, and I just went cork and landed flat on my fucking back. You know what? I missed all the people I love riding with. Wish everyone could have been here, but I had the troop within, if you know what I'm saying. Never seen anything like that. Holy shit.
And then he was doing a photo shoot, May 23rd. He fell and his heart stopped beating as soon as he hit the ground. And they kept him alive for a day. And that motherfucker waited till my birthday to die.
Have you ever been to a wake?
Yeah.
They pay hundreds of dollars to make it look like you're just sleeping. You're not sleeping. You're dead.
Yeah, there were 4 wakes over 2 days, 2 each afternoon, I think.
You know, obviously Aaron had friends everywhere, so and the fact that he had so many friends, there was the necessity to have that many wakes.
Everyone would go out to lunch in between wakes, so everyone would be together, laughing, joking around.
After the wake, everyone just got shit-faced, blackout drunk. And it was just like, emotions were rearing so much that I think everyone just broke down to like almost ape form. Like everyone was like a monkey. Like we're about to start throwing feces at each other. We just made fun of just how, I don't know, just how much he would have laughed at it. Just the absurdity of it. Yeah! A lot of the things that we loved about each other, you know, just like the openness and whatever, we could do anything we wanted, like just went to a ridiculous degree, you know, and everyone just wanted to get naked, just be insane. I felt so exposed and so terrible that literally I would have been happy if someone had just like fucking punched me in the face. Like I wanted to feel anything except for what I was feeling.
Well, this is officially insane.
Whoa! Hey, everybody, fast slow. Here's Shoemaker. Oh, here comes. Hey, everybody. To shoe. To Aaron. To the one of the best rock and roll. One of the best kids we've ever fucking known.
That was what we needed right there. Great.
And then that Tuesday was the funeral.
So you almost always felt like he was coming back. He was just still on his trip. And then just the fact that you're at that funeral kind of, you know, it hit home. And
when you watch, you know, his family carry his body in and his friends, it's a little tougher to swallow.
Basically, if there's anything good you can take from it is you want to live how he lived, and you want to incorporate that into your life because he lived the way you should. 110%, enjoying every moment, so you try not to dwell so much on negative stuff, and you think about, you know, how he was always just beaming, and that's how you wanted to be.
He just had this uncanny ability to really just make people feel good about what they're doing. His ability to connect with all kinds of different people on all kinds of different levels.
He's real pretty, so people like to approach him. I think they just felt good talking to someone who's so pretty.
He could really bring out the best in people.
I think a great thing he told me once was that that hate isn't the opposite of love, and I was like, yeah, indifference is. You know, I was trying to put my 2 cents in, and he thought that fear is the opposite of love, and he was never scared. So he was one of the greatest loving people I've ever known. Just loved being alive, and he wanted you to share your life with him, and that's why people were drawn to him.
I guess I'm just glad that I knew him. That was, lucky to know him.
Kissed a girl yesterday. I wanna tell you all about it. I saw a movie today. If you had seen it, you would have loved it. The time we had, best part of my life spent with you. You would have been a great dad. Your kids would have been just like you.
His death is gonna impact my material. Like, there's things that I want to talk about now that are different.
Why are you guys so just chilling? This isn't a funeral. This is fun. This is funness. What do you guys want to talk about?
After Aaron first died, I wanted to shock people into feeling the way that I felt, like that terrible feeling, just so I could have the company of them.
I saw a pro-life bumper sticker on a car with a gun rack. I'm like, okay, pro-life, right? Gun guy? he loves it. Texas guy's like, yeah, fucking kill him! That's an uncomfortable silence.
I don't know, I just like that screeching halt. Like, that happened in Plattsburgh when I was up there. Some big meathead who probably used to make fun of me and Aaron comes up and was like, yo, where's your little fucking faggot friend, man? I was like, oh yeah, he's dead. He was just like, and I almost feel bad, like, in a way, just making him feel that awful, but I just couldn't help it. It was just too fucking hilarious.
The funny thing about abortion, it's a great segue.
I don't think just death is gonna make anyone laugh, but the worst things in life are always gonna be the funniest. Like my abortion clinic slogans, I mean, that's my go-to material.
Anyway, I've been thinking a lot about abortion clinics lately. That's just what I do. I think about shit like abortion. Don't judge me, motherfucker. Anyway, I think they should have better marketing. I think their marketing sucks. It's like family planning, you know? You're not going to Magic Mountain, are you? No. I think it should be like, if he doesn't pull it out, we will. I think that's mean. It's not mean.
So I guess everyone has their own sense of what's right and wrong.
So it's definitely weird. It's kind of like hitting a certain level of detachment doing something like this, which I guess a certain level of detachment is always healthy, I think.
I kind of want to write jokes about death, but a lot of times those bomb.
The other day, this girl told me to live each day like it's my last, you know? So I listened to her, and I think it's a great way to live your life, and now all I do is just cry all day long. Because it's my last day, you know? I'm just so sad. I don't want God to be all-knowing, you know? When I was a little kid, I let my dog fuck my leg for like an hour. If I died, there'd be a lot of like uncomfortable silences and like weird looks. Is that something I can end on?
Even though I don't really believe in an afterlife per se, I can almost see Aaron laughing at it. I try to picture Aaron hearing a joke and laughing, and he's just still so pissed about being dead that he's not laughing, but I think he will laugh.
Well, I would say deranged, speaking of sense of humor, only because it was.
Yeah, he had the darkest sense of humor of anyone I've ever known in my life. Like, he made me look like the Dalai Lama.
How do you get a baby to stop crying?
How?
With an axe.
Because he would play really elaborate pranks on people that would make people, like, feel very, very awful.
My name's Aaron Shoemaker, and we're about to slap the fuck out of Jake.
I don't know.
I got this great idea for a skit. You want to hear it?
Yeah, what's the
Alright,
idea?
it's you standing there.
Ah, you fucking prick.
I don't know if he had any profound reason of slapping me in the face like that, but it was just, he just knew that he could get away with it with me, and that I would probably on some level find it funny, and I did. And now, as I look back, it's something that's fun for me to watch.
Yeah, that's all I needed to do. Just to find a way to focus in on you.
maybe on some level in my mind there was some kind of bond that we had through slapping each other in the face.
I don't know, you might be telling him something serious and he'd be a little insecure about it, and then all of a sudden he'd just bust out laughing his face off, and you'd be like, I guess it is kind of funny, you know?
Because I was snorting Ritalin. And people are like, why are you snorting Ritalin, right? Is that your question? You're like, why are you snorting Ritalin? Because I couldn't afford Coke, alright?
Because I was trying to be Mr. Superhuman, you know, like, I kept a high grade point average. I was starter on the lacrosse team. I was still, you know, getting with chicks and being the man and everything. I just didn't want to sleep ever, so I didn't. I'd be up for like 4 days just snorting Ritalin. I had to go to the hospital. I had to get heart surgery. I had something called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. Almost died. When I was in the hospital bed, though, one of my friends came in. We were wrestling, and the tube came out of my arm, and blood just shot all over all my friends, and it was fucking hilarious just seeing my blood on all my friends. I guess it gave me a sense of mortality when I was young. You know, I didn't do any drugs or alcohol for, you know, several days.
You can take my life, I'll give you my soul, but baby, baby, you can't touch my rock and roll.
Yo, we're about to cook some beef now.
I just want to say for the camera, Aaron, you're fucking wasted.
I'm just having a good time, dude.
Aaron was the last person I thought anything like this could happen to.
He's the kind of kid who just had an energy level about him that was so much higher than most people. Living every day like it was the best day of his life, and like he knew it was going to be the best day of his life. And just kind of making it happen that way.
But he was still able to be mischievous, you know. He wasn't this perfect soul, which sometimes is good because it helps you get through bad days and you can remember all the asshole things he does.
He was really fearless, you know. He was a fearless kid. I tried to emulate that.
Aaron thought he'd be the oldest person to ever live.
We were up late talking about something, I think, you know, like life after death and things like that, and he was getting real freaked out about it and even tearing up a bit, and he decided at that moment, I'm going to live forever.
There were and will be many people and many moments that aren't seen in this video, but I really wish I could live all of them forever.
Just on random occasions, I remember one time we were in the park in Italy, and we were just sitting there, and just randomly he was just like, fuck, I don't want to die. And that was like a week before that happened.
He definitely had a little obsession with it, almost like he knew it wasn't going to be that way, but kind of is in some ways, you know.
It's a major drive behind a lot of art. You know, like a lot of people do art because they know they're going to die, and they just want to leave something behind.
I mean, watching a lot of Aaron's old videos and things, I mean, they always make you laugh.
You gotta feel the rock and roll in your soul, 'cause you're a soul rebel.
Remember being real young and we got a video camera, family video camera. We're all real stoked, real big VHS holder, and Aaron being more excited than anyone else. He just had so many ideas, couldn't wait to like put him down on film and freaking out.
He never met a camera he didn't like, ever. Whether it's still camera or, you know, a video camera.
He wanted to be remembered, so he wanted to make anything he could.
Tons of little films, always had an idea about it. Like 9 times out of 10, if you talked to him and he wasn't doing schoolwork or anything, he'd just say, I have a great idea for a video, or I have a great idea for a commercial.
He was very patient with himself to like make it the best he could. He did a lot of extra things that he think needed to be put in. Like after he had all the footage, he'd be like, oh, I'll do this right now, just because he thought it needed to be there.
No fucking way.
It's lucky, and I think that it's great that I and everyone else has the ability to go and look at these tapes and these skits.
Aaron wrote a short story called The Day I Died when he was 11. Just then, my soul stepped out of my body, and right at that moment, a big bright tunnel appeared right before my eyes. I took one step in and turned around to take one last look at the earth. It's intense.
I recently had a birthday,
And it's kind of freaking me out because I feel like the older I get, the faster time goes, you know? The funny thing about Aaron is he didn't want us to ever acknowledge his birthdays because he hated getting older. Like he would try to convince people he was 17.
He and I promised each other that we were going to make IDs every year on our birthday that made us 17 years old.
I turned 25 on the year anniversary of his death, so it's kind of, I don't really want to be 25. But then like every year that I have a birthday and I bitch about getting older is the same fucking day that he died, and he won't have that year. I wrote it because Aaron told me a story about him and his father found a dead beaver in their pond, and they started crying, and like I guess they never really cried together much. And just because it was just dead, you know?
That squirrel's never gonna get up and run around again, man.
We started talking about people's need for religion in their life to explain death.
Bob. Huh? Do you believe in God?
I guess. Why do you?
How can there be a God?
It's extremely weird watching it now that Aaron's standing over the camera talking about looking at a dead body. It's creepy as shit, but that's Bill Butterscotch. So we made a pact that if he died, I would go to his room and I would hide his porn and like make sure no one found it. I'd go to his like computer and delete the files. And I did. And I turned it into a bit. That's why we had all these pacts, because we were always real logically talking about our own death.
Like all those little pacts and promises you make, you actually have to do. Like I had to hide his porn. Nothing on that? Nothing?
If 50% of the people aren't laughing, I don't do the joke.
Oh, that was rough. Is there people still here? I don't know. I think just everyone just left.
If you don't make people laugh, you failed. And that's just what it is. You failed. It just got really sad. Like Aaron was so funny that you have to laugh. Like I saw the kid kick himself in the face once because he was missing his girlfriend, you know? He would piss his pants for shock value. I mean, when that person dies, it's really hard to not laugh. Even though it's the saddest thing you've ever seen. I don't know. I guess I always have just kind of a sense of sadness. Just kind of dull and just numb. Not really even very powerful, just kind of numb. Just a dull ache. I really want to do jokes about Aaron just because it makes me feel closer to him. And I want to do more in the future. But the harshness of death, I want to avoid. I don't even know what the comedy of death really means. It's like, is doing comedy about death help me? No. I think it's just the mourning process just takes time. And since I'm a comedian, I've incorporated it into my life as a comedian, but it's not therapeutic for me to see other people laugh. I thought it would be, but it's not. To see other people laugh at the misery of the death of a loved one. I just want people to be happy, you know. I don't need to shock people anymore. You know what I mean?
Let's see what's up next. Whoa, yeah! We got a great show rolling now. I'm gonna be your guide tonight through the giggles and the wiggles. Love is cool. You guys like love? Love's a nice thing. Love's great. Thank you.